Okay. Okay. I believe we live. I do believe we live. I know I didn't put out no time or nothing like that. So I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in here while I'm rolling on this highway, switching these gears, trying to avoid being murdered in cold blood in these streets. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. Give y'all a chance to trickle on in. Y'all can let me know if the audio is at least sounding decent. Now I know because I'm driving and you know these areas, certain areas don't have the same type of coverage. So let me know if the shit starts acting crazy. Now of course there ain't nothing I can do, but let me know, okay? Let me know if shit gets fucked up out here. It's cloudy out here today. Sun ain't shining. I've been driving through rain and shit. I was gonna go live with y'all earlier. I was working in the rain. It was raining though. So I said, now let me chill and wait till I start back rolling. And you know, first shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Like first, second, and third. Now, I'll have y'all know that I received an email yesterday. I'm gonna tell this story, you know, until I get, you know, give people time to get in here. But I received an email where this dude, basically his brother told me, he's like, man, you know what? He said, I fuck with your message. I don't see people doing it like you do. But the problem is you keep saying black. Let me tell y'all something about these type niggas. Brother want to tell me, you know, black is not a real color, it's dead in the law and all this old shit, right? All things I've heard before, all things that I've always been like, okay, call yourself Carolina Blue for I don't care, just stop cooning. That's my thing. I don't really care about that type of shit, right? But he said that's the only problem I got with you. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If that's the only problem you got with me, don't fucking email me and tell me that. Don't email me that. I don't want to hear that. If that's all you is me saying black first, second, and third, if that's the word black is your issue, don't waste your time telling me that because I don't give a fuck. Call yourself whatever you want. Okay? When them people show up, tell them that you are a Moor. Y'all know we done did this. I done did this too many times before. I don't have time for this. If that's the only issue you have with me, don't even tell me. Let it be silent like the G in lasagna. Let it just don't even tell me that. Because I'm not going to stop saying black. I'm not going to stop referring to myself as such. I'm not going to stop referring to black people as such. That's a waste of time. That's petty. That's a petty argument on what we would want to identify ourselves as. I just want y'all to stop cooning. Whatever makes you stop cooning, call yourself that. I don't care. I don't care at all, as a matter of fact. Okay? I just want you to people to email me showing love, mad love to you. But y'all, this petty shit, you know what I'm like? I don't really care nothing about that. So if you, whether you more Aboriginal or whatever you want to call yourself, if you feel like you can go into the court system and get laws because you call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, do that then. And then just chill. Like that's not my issue. I'm not gonna hold you for that. I think it's dumb, but you keep doing that. Okay? Do whatever you want. Call yourself whatever you want. Okay? Now, as it pertains to Malcolm X Day, okay, we understand that some of us that are in the, you know, at least identify in some ways with black history will honor certain people that the white society may not deem popular, may not deem acceptable, may not deem worthy of such honor, respect, and reverence. Malcolm X is one of the brothers that I deem as someone who deserves honor, respect, and reverence. That doesn't mean in any type of way do I support the organization he was a part of at all. Y'all know that is in my belief, and basically it's on record, that the NOI helped and provided sanctions for the government, basically rolled out the red carpet for this government to kill, assassinate, murder this brother in front of his children, while he was giving a speech trying to liberate the minds of black people. The NOI did that. Well, one of y'all's favorite motherfuckers, Farrakhan, he's came out and basically admitted that they created the atmosphere that led to this. Okay? They worked with the government about this. We just saw recently that the two NOI members that they locked up for the murder of Malcolm X recently got released. I don't want to say maybe it was last year. Maybe it was last year. And they was looking to sue somebody because they was like, basically, I've been told y'all it wasn't us like that. I've been told y'all that. That's basically what they said, right? All I know and what I understand is that the government was complicit in acting this out. The NOI was complicit in acting this out. Now, the NOI will not admit it. They won't cop to it. They won't, be honest about it. And that doesn't matter to me. It just makes me respect them even less. To take this brother out because he had issues with some of the things that he saw going on. Okay? He didn't understand. Malcolm was confused. If we about this life, about defending ourselves, defending our people, we got the fruit of Islam out here learning karate moves and bow ties and square hats. Why aren't we putting these people to action against the very people who are oppressing us? This was the conundrum that Malcolm X found himself in. This is the conundrum that he found himself in against the NOI, trying to understand why we doing this talking shit when we got whole people out here ready for war, basically, but we're not enacting that while they out here beating us down, sicking dogs on us, murdering us, lynching us, doing whatever they want. This is where he was stuck in that mind, like he didn't understand why we talking this fiery shit, but why come I can't say nothing about JFK being assassinated? He did. He was benched for that by the Elijah Muhammad. I'm not going to do the honorable and all that old bullshit, but I don't do that. I don't do that at all. But he was benched by Elijah Muhammad because even though he was told not to say nothing, this is where you got the chickens came home to roost. That's where you got that soundbite, what he said. They didn't want him saying anything, okay? They didn't want him acting like that. So they benched him for that. And then when he started coming out here talking about Elijah Muhammad being with these younger women, having these children, things like that, the NOI turned their back on him and basically start calling for his death. That's how you roll out the red carpet. Because I get into it with some of these NOI bitch ass niggas, and they don't understand a simple concept of what rolling out the red carpet means or what sanctioning something means. The atmosphere made it to where you guys or the team was okay with that because y'all was so in love with Elijah Muhammad that you couldn't fathom somebody talking about Elijah Muhammad in such a way or speaking these things about Elijah Muhammad. Y'all couldn't fathom that. Y'all were idol worshiping a man. This is one of the issues. When it comes to brother Malcolm X, I respect the fuck out of Malcolm X. Y'all know that. But this is one of the things that I do feel as though maybe he would have got out of at some point in his life. Before he got to this point, he would have saw like maybe this idol worship shit I'm doing ain't really the way. Maybe he would have got rid of the religion that is Islam. Maybe he would have got rid of that altogether at some point in his life. I don't know. Because he was murdered so early, you don't know what would have happened or what could have happened or what he could have grown to, what understanding he could have grown to. There ain't no God that exists or that the black people pray to that's protecting black people. Ain't one. Allah included. Ain't one. There isn't one. Now for the discipline and things like that, fine. The religion does, some benefit to People who just don't got discipline, people who don't know how to govern themselves without a set of rules to govern them for. I mean, you know, like some people can't exist without these rules. They don't know what to do without these rules. They don't know, they don't have a moral code, they don't have anything. They need this stuff to keep them bound, to keep them in bounds rather, to be a decent person in this life. If that's what you need, fine. It is what it is. But what I'm not going to do, and what I'm not going to let these NOI niggas do, is keep telling me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, I'm just saying shit because I hate the NOI. You know, I'm ignorant and all this whole extra. I'm not going to allow them to do that. Okay? Malcolm X knew. They firebombed his house and everything. He knew he was putting his life on the line by going up there and speaking to the people, and he still did it anyway. That's a type of courage that we don't even have. People don't have that type of courage. People aren't willing to put their lives on the line. We're not even willing to put our jobs on the line. So there's no way we're willing to put our lives on the line. He knew something was liable to happen. That didn't stop him. He knew that. That didn't stop him from going up there, still wanting to give a word to his people. And this man was doing this shit before social media, before this podcast culture that y'all have created. He was doing this shit before that, before any of this came out. He was out there standing up, writing his speeches, standing up in front of the world, really, on a world stage, would debate with anyone, didn't give a fuck, had all the smoke for anybody who wanted some smoke. And what he was trying to do was reform coons. Now, they didn't call it that. A lot of the great leaders that we've had, great orators that we have, really what all they were doing was trying to reform coons. Trying to get black people to love themselves enough to act like we love ourselves. That was the main goal. That was the main mission here. That was the main mission. And now, you have somebody like Brother Malcolm, and motherfuckers will use his name to insult me. You may hear it for yourself. Here come this old Malcolm X ass nigga. They'll say shit like that. They will use a great man like Brother Malcolm was to try to insult you. Basically, Hotep in and all this old extra shit. Oh, this old Malcolm X ass nigga. And these bitch ass niggas don't even know, like, motherfucker, that don't hurt my feelings. Do you understand who you put me in the company of? Because I know I fail in comparison in every way possible to the impact that Brother Malcolm X had on black people. I know for a fact, I'm nowhere near that. So when you try to call me an old Malcolm X ass nigga, that's not an insult, you coon ass nigga. That's a great man that you're talking about, that you even put me in the company of. Like, to even be around the conversation where I'm in some shit like that, it is. But this is how there'll be black people that will insult you saying shit like this. That's what they'll do. And y'all see how I've been out here at work all day. Big Malcolm. Whole face right there. Had motherfuckers looking at me all day. Just, well, South Street. Black folk, you know, two black truck drivers, they just looking like. And they always look at me like anytime, I mean, this has happened to me all the time, but it's almost like that. I can't believe a motherfucker would even be like, God damn, what the fuck? Like I'm a goddamn exhibit or something. They just be looking like how the fuck can he even, why would he even, yeah, Black Power. Black Power. Because they can't fathom having even that type of courage. And we're talking about the type of courage that Brother Malcolm had, knew that his life was on the line, still went to give a good word to black folk. Black men, and then I'm going to be talking to y'all right for a second, we won't even wear a t-shirt. Black people won't even risk the chance of them losing their job to tell the fucking truth. Do you know, I had a brother tell me the other day, said, man, and it was about Jordan Neely. It's like, man, that's fucked up how that white man killed that brother on that subway like that. But he said, I can only talk to you about it. I can't say this around white folk. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying about black people. What do you mean you can't say that around white folk? What you talking about? You cannot be all up at your house screaming at the computer screens, typing all caps in comments, Well, honor, how do you honor Malcolm X? You can have a bit of courage if you want to honor any of our ancestors, not just Malcolm X, but a bit of courage. What do you mean you can't say that's fucked up? That white man murdered that black man on the subway. What you mean you can't say that around white folk? What are you talking about? But this is what I be talking about when I tell y'all the cowardice that permeates between our people. There ain't a whole lot of people that got that type of bravery amongst us. It ain't happening like that. It's sad that it's not happening like that, but it's not happening like that. It should be. And this is a black man telling me this, and it discourages me so much that black men, the leaders of the community, according to them, to black men say, we the leaders, we should be leaders, we want to be honored as leaders. You telling me you can't say that in front of white folk? It ain't even nothing inflammatory. It's not even wild. You're not even telling them that they're diabolical, nefarious, genocidal maniacs. That's the type of shit I'll say, and I want one of them to say something. If that's the conversation. Now, of course, I ain't just walking up. I ain't saying that I'm walking up, oh, you're a genocidal maniac, motherfucker, you know, on a Tuesday. No, but if the conversation comes up and we talking about people, well, I'm going to tell white folk that this is who you are. All they can do at that point is try to either deflect or deny. This is what they do, you know. If we're going to be having a conversation, I don't bite my tongue. I don't mince words. That's not only on here with y'all, amongst y'all, that's in life, period. All up at, y'all see I'm in the truck, all up at the job, it don't matter to me, period. That's who I am. That's the type of heart I got, okay? It bothers me that the leaders of our community be on this type of coward shit. You're not honoring your ancestors by being a coward. You're not. They were really in, you know, high stakes situation where their lives are on the line, where these caves running around here doing all types of random ass shit. And then you have the government sanctioning hits on our people, like they did with Brother Malcolm, like they also did with many other people. One that popped in my head just now was Brother Fred Hampton. They were sanctioning full-blown hits. And you telling me you can't say the truth in front of white folk? It's almost a foreign concept to us to tell the truth in front of white folk. We don't want to put nothing on the line. When you got a brother like this that put his life on the line for our people, you won't even risk your job. And I don't even think it's really, I think black people overinflate this. I'm gonna lose my job if I say anything. If I say the cops that killed George Floyd should go to fucking prison, or if I say that, you know, cave hoes calling the cops on black people, you know, that's fucked up, or that's leading to black people being murdered by these cops. They try to use these cops to come in and do the work of murdering black men. How would you lose your job for that? I think black people use that as a fucking another excuse to be cowards, because we have so many excuses to be cowards at all times. It never stops. We got 1,000 excuses on why we can't do or say anything about nothing. How you gonna lose your job for that? Please tell me. I've never experienced it. I don't know anything about it. How you gonna lose your job? If the conversation come up, how the fuck you lose your job? You telling me posting on social media that it's fucked up that Breonna Taylor got murdered while she was asleep on a hoe ass no-knock warrant? You telling me that you can leave out the hoe ass part, you can leave out the profanity. You telling me you'll lose your job for saying that? This country sanctions the murder of black people. Here's my examples. You can't say that? You gonna lose your job? To me, it's looking like excuses at this point. And I'm really getting tired of seeing it. I really am. I'm tired of us using this lame ass excuse to be cowards. I'm tired. I'm not saying you have to be inflammatory. You can say the exact same things that I'm saying. You can say it in whatever professional would-be way you want to, whatever educated way you want to. You can tell the truth. You ain't got to call them caves. when you talking about this shit. You ain't gotta do that. But if them bitches, when they start talking that go back to Africa shit, I'm damn sure gonna come in and, okay, well go back to the caves then, bitch. I mean, what the fuck? You're not gonna keep saying this to me, telling me where to go back to, and I'm not gonna tell you where to go back to. Like it don't work like that with me. I don't endure racism or racist conversations to keep a job, and I don't believe you have to do that either. We got black people that put their lives on the line for our people, speaking out loud at this racist government, at the racist media. You know, Brother Malcolm would talk about the Democrats, the fucking Republicans, fuck them all is his overall. But Malcolm didn't never say fuck them all, did he? No, he was articulate enough to word it so smooth, so clever. Clever brother. He didn't say, fuck these hoe ass motherfuckers. That's some shit I'ma say. You telling me that you can't say that the Democrats and the Republican parties have been racist against black people? You can't say that? You lose your job for that? Really? This is what I'm talking about when I get on here and talk about this shit. And I'm telling black people, I do feel as though we've taken cowardice to a whole nother. We have fears of white people and the consequences of being unapologetically black. The consequence of being that makes it an unattractive position for us to even hold. We have to do it in secret little huddles. We can't tell the truth out loud. America owes black people reparations. We can't tell those truths out loud. Well, I don't want to lose my jobs for saying that America owes black people reparations. When you got brothers like Malcolm that put his whole life on the line, and he had children and everything, because I have people to use their kids too. Well, I can't be doing all that, man. I got to make sure my kid is safe. And it's an understandable thing, but you got to think about the fact, look at how you got here. The only reason that you even here in this space is because of people that put their life on the line, despite all of these other things that we put up that stop us from doing everything. That's what the greats did. This is why they deserve our respect. This is why I'll forever say, fuck the NOI. I feel that way. Fuck them. I don't have any, I don't miss words about it. Fuck them. I feel that way. They red carpeted the shit. They rolled out the red carpet and thus fucked them. That means they worked with the government to take down one of their own. Therefore, you haven't rectified that at all. You won't even admit to it, won't even cop to it. So how do I know you're not still in cahoots with the government right now? Because they don't be really doing shit. I mean, what the hell do you know? Farrakhan like 1,000 years old at this point. What do they be out here? I don't know what they be doing for real. Now, I'm not saying that converting people to Islam and helping people, get that religious indoctrination that they may need to fix their lives. But I mean, justice or else. Ain't that what he said? That's what he said. Justice or else. But he in bed with Scientologists, and I firmly believe they still working with the government. Like, I'm not going to buy that they're not working with the government, because they won't even admit that they work with the government to do this. And therefore, they're going to deny they're working, or them, working in tandem with the government to do. I don't believe them. I don't believe them. That's just where I'm at with it. I don't believe shit they be talking about. They won't even cop to this. So then, will you ever tell the truth? You in bed with Scientologists? I mean, like, them bitches racist as fuck. I mean, considering the fact that it's cave found, anything that's cave found is going to be racist no matter what. It just is what it is. Because their culture, and I keep telling y'all this, and I'm going to keep telling you, so you understand, their culture is anti-black. So even when they write religions, the religions that they make are anti-black. Everything they do is anti-black. But y'all in bed with Scientologists. Okay. All right. Say less. You ain't got, look, okay, cool. Say less. I know that's what y'all doing. Y'all don't admit to it. Y'all get on there with your fucking bow ties and rattle off your information, but you need all this research, but you won't come out here and do no research on the fact that the NOI with the government to assassinate Brother Malcolm X, at least. And I'm sure they've worked with the government to do other things, or they're getting certain protections from the government by being controlled opposition in the form of Louis Farrakhan. I done did lives about Louis Farrakhan, you know. I know nobody give a fuck. You know why niggas be mad emailing me or messaging me? You know, I don't. Because look at what y'all doing. As smart as y'all be, as intelligent as a lot of those guys, I'm not going to sit here and say the motherfuckers is idiots. It's the fact that they so intelligent that it makes me question, like, okay, you this smart, you do this type of research, you can find all types of lost information, but you don't want to deal with this, though. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all motherfuckers can go all the way back to ancient Egypt. Well, just let's talk about how the NOI teamed up with the federal government to assassinate Brother Malcolm. How about just start there? I don't need you to tell me nothing about the ancient Egyptians. Okay? Don't need you to do that. Let's talk about Brother Malcolm and why y'all did that. But okay. All right. They don't want to talk about it. They do not want to talk about that. And they get upset. They get upset anybody even mentions it. They don't even want to, they don't even want to talk nothing about it. They'll act like, you know, you talking crazy, basically. Don't want to talk about the Scientology support that they have within their organization. Louis Farrakhan, they call him honorable. This is the man they follow. I believe he has been controlled opposition for quite some time. Okay? For quite some time. That's just what I believe. That's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay? Now, I want y'all to know that I am stuck in some fucking traffic now. Traffic about to happen out here on I-40. I'm outside of Raleigh. And I can't, the way I hate that, I wish they left the comments up right here, but they disappeared so quick. They disappear. As soon as y'all leave them, they disappear. So if you're asking me questions or something, understand I can't. Not saying I don't want to, but I can't, you know. I can't read them. You know what I'm saying? I can't read them and switch these gears and deal with whatever's causing this traffic right now. I don't even know what's going on. But I do want our people to understand why I have this type of speech and rhetoric about these things, because so many of, I'm talking about great black people, great, spent their lives trying to tell niggas to stop cooning. Spent their whole lives doing it. Wrote books and everything. Wrote books and everything. And black folks still running around out here like that stuff didn't happen, that stuff didn't exist. Hell, right now, way black folk acting, if it ain't, you know, if it ain't some relationship garbage on a podcast, we ain't got the attention span for it anyway. Imagine the power of Brother Malcolm if he'd have had social media. Imagine him coming up in his prime with just immediately he can go online and just talk. Like, man, that would have been, that's powerful. That'd have been powerful. And black folk don't even want to post a meme that may suggest that they're not coons, or may suggest that they know some truth, because I don't want to lose this job. Because to be employed by the white man and his mama means you must be a coon at all times. And the fact that that's what we're basically saying, we don't even think about it really. You have to be anti-black to keep your job. What? What are you saying for real? Like, you cool with that? Oh, I see what they did up here. Hold on. They done shut down a lane. Appreciate you. What black people will basically say is that you have to coon and be anti-black to keep your job. That's what we'll say. And we'll concede to that fact. We'll concede to it. I have to endure this racism. I have to let these caves disrespect me. I have no choice. I don't want to lose this job. I can't say anything. I can't speak how I want to. I got to make a fake account with some weirdo name and a fake picture just to say anything, because I don't want jobs that are looking at applications may look up my social media and say that they don't want to fucking hire me or something like that. Okay. Meanwhile, the actual, some of this white cave media will report these stories. You can't share that. You can't share. They found a black man in the woods with 8 bullets in his motherfucking back. And the caves that's there with him gonna say they don't know what the fuck going on. It was self-defense. They shot that man. You can't put that. You can't say nothing about that. You can't have an opinion about that. You can't talk about how fucked up that is that the cops didn't investigate anybody involved in this. They let that ride. No, can't say, can't. I'm gonna lose my job. I say anything about that. Don't want to lose this job. Can't be out here talking like that when it ain't. It's reports from their media. Like it's so crazy how we explain our cowardice, and why we have to be anti-black. It blows my mind, really. It really does. I disagree with it. Brother Malcolm would have disagreed with it if he was out around here observing what I see going on out here in these streets. He would have disagreed with that. I know he would have. Like, what you mean? How are you scared? What you scared of? You see what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like how programmed we gotta be. And then look, these are the parents that's doing this. These are the parents that's doing this. So you can imagine what their kids gonna do and what logic they gonna have. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Just let it, we just here to work and pay bills till we die. Living our best life. Don't ever stand for anything. Because you might lose your job. Quiet down, niggas. You might lose your job. This is what people will say to me all the time. And to me, it's problematic. It's a problematic part of y'all's so-called black culture. You have cowardice steeped right in there. Cowardice built right into your culture. Built right in there. It's a part of who you are. To always be sitting around trying to appease the white man and his mama. They say racist shit, you niggas just sit around and smile big as fuck. Wait till you get home and talk about it. When you get home, you go in. These crackers, who the fuck they think I am? The person that you being right now. The type of motherfucker that's gonna take the shit to there and then go home in your house and then run around screaming and yelling. That's who they think you are. That's exactly who they think you are. You them. They built you this way. Hold on. Here we go. It be in my back, y'all. Tell me if I'm back. Let me show y'all something. Tell me if I'm back. Because I told y'all I was driving and maybe it may fuck up a little bit. I told y'all that. I warned y'all of that. Am I good? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Now, when black people be saying shit like, who the fuck they think I am? They think you are who you've shown them that you are. You will take it, go home, yell, scream, complain, wake up the next day and go back in there smiling. That's who they think you are. That's who they think we all are. Now, some of them do get a rude awakening when they realize, well, no, all of them ain't like that. Some of them ain't gonna take it. But it's not enough of us for that to be a part of our culture. We don't allow nobody to be racist directly to us, or if we're noticing racist practices happening to another black person, we speak up for them. We don't do that. That ain't a part of our culture. You think a motherfucker you think a white man or his mama gonna come to me, be being racist towards another black person, and I'm gonna sit there and just kiki or not say nothing or not defend them? Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But black folk, well, I ain't want to say nothing because, don't want to lose my job. So I'll allow them to be racist towards them, but they ain't doing it to me. So, it's okay. A lot of us have that mentality. Brother Malcolm would be shaking his fucking head. To say the least, he probably would have been going in on y'all. Like, y'all have been all types of house niggas, and I'm sure he'd have been at the very least shaking his head on the logic that a lot of y'all have to not stand up for yourself, not stand up for your people. He would be shaking his damn head. At the very least. What type of logic is this? And where the fuck do we get it from? And why does it continue to permeate within the said black culture? How the fuck is being scared of white folk? Because niggas, man, I'll beat them. Well, what them call me a nigger? I'll beat they motherfucking ass, cuz. Okay. And I'm not saying that that's okay. That's all they can do to get you to, react or respond or, They do so much more than that. So much, whether it's the sneaky, some of these caves got sneaky forms of racism. Covert forms of racism. Not the overt, the southern, like a Mississippi hillbilly, one of them caves. No, it may not be, it'd be subtle, it'd be cool. Y'all listen to them motherfuckers telling you that you one of the good ones, and you will take that as a goddamn compliment. Malcolm would be shaking his head. Oh, you one of the good ones. And you niggas would be like, yeah, I am, Thank you for noticing, basically, Thank you for noticing. I've been trying my best to get your attention so you can see this. I didn't want to say anything, but, since you noticed, like, okay. These coon ass niggas worshiping these caves. It's so, Malcolm would be at the very least shaking his motherfucking head at how y'all act for these people. And he done told you. The stuff Brother Malcolm was talking about 50, 60 years ago, still relevant to this day. Do you know why? Because black folk didn't stop cooning. That's why. The caves didn't stop caving. Black folk didn't stop cooning. That's what makes these things, you can go back and listen to some of the greatest orators that we've had. The stuff that they say is still relevant right now. You could pull up a Malcolm X clip right now. Maybe the names that he would be using, because Malcolm he would drop. Now, Malcolm wasn't going to miss no words. If he was talking about Robert F. Kennedy, goddamn it, he going to tell you talking about Robert F. Kennedy. He going to put it in there. Maybe that part changes, but the sentiment and how he's talking about the system overall, relevant right now. The reason that it's relevant right now is because black people didn't stop cooning. And we still have it. And we still have no interest in doing so. We don't stand up for ourselves, There's too much to lose. Do you know how many people told me, that will tell me, even now sometimes message, man, Rob, you know what, man, you funny as hell. You could practically be a fucking comedian. If you really wanted to blow up on YouTube, you just had to stop with all that race shit. That's how you do it. This is black folk telling me this. That's how you get that YouTube bag, my nigga. Basically, all you gotta do is coon. That's it. Just coon. Coon or be the clown. You'll be good then. That ain't my ministry. That's not my walk. That ain't where I'm at. Because y'all, some of y'all even remember, even when I first started on this path years ago with my channel, people was unsubscribing. I had white folk, they were pissed. They liked my stuff before. This is when I had upward towards 95,000 subscribers on YouTube. White folk liked my shit then. I knew I was on the right path when them bitches got mad. When they were upset and when they say, man, you changed. What is this? What are you doing? Why are you talking this way? What happened? I stopped cooning. That's it. I'm not going to keep acting like this racial situation isn't an actual situation. And it's been one. When them caves was getting mad, this is before I was calling them caves, of course, I knew I was on the right path. I knew it. I'm unsubscribing to you, man. I'm unsubscribing to you. I don't like your stuff no more. Right? I knew at that very moment that I was on the right path. What type of motherfucker is happy that white people like? What type of, let me say this. I'll say it politically correct. What type of black person is happy that white people like their stuff? What that lets you know, because white people are in a state of denial as well about their racism. What that means is white people love black people that will allow for them to either act like race don't exist. They can do that to you. And y'all know y'all like that. Y'all love them ones that tell y'all they don't see color. For some reason, that y'all perk up when they say that. Imagine somebody saying that to Brother Malcolm, he'd have been shaking his goddamn head. You don't see color, that don't mean that means something wrong with you. Yeah. Okay. When we have these white audiences in large number, that is called crossover appeal. To have such crossover appeal, what you need to do is deny racism outright or be very anti-black in your rhetoric. That's what you gotta do. So you deny racism completely or you Candace Owens. You do shit like that. This is the only way you gonna have you a white audience that supports you. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Now, I'm not saying there may be 3 or 4 caves that watch my shit that be like, well, it is, because some caves will. They'll concede to the fact. They'll concede that white people, racist as fuck, ain't worth a fuck, genocidal maniacs. They'll concede to the fact. They'll concede to these facts. But when you find crowds of white folk clapping for you, that just means you're a coon. I'm sorry if that is a news flash. I'm sorry if, you know, I mean, it just is what it is. When them bitches stand up and give you a standing ovation, that means you're a coon. That's what it means. Whatever you've said has either ignored racism or exonerated them from them being the perpetuators of said racism. They love that shit. They love it. When you can agree to the fact that slavery wasn't that bad. It was a long time ago. We needed to get over it. When you as a black person will concede these things and will say these things, they'll support you then. You don't think about why that is? Why is that? Why is that? Why do you have to be this type of black person to get cave support? You never, of course, I couldn't even gonna think about that. But if they standing up, clapping for you, giving you awards and accolades, and this is something that Brother Malcolm even said. And I'll paraphrase, because I mean, it was a lot that he said, but I'll paraphrase. In this racist ass society, white people celebrating, honoring a black person just means that that black person that they're celebrating and honoring works in tandem with this very system that they're imposing and are using to oppress black people. Those are the only people they're gonna celebrate. Those are the only ones. The only ones. You think they're, going to celebrate a actual person that is for black people, wanting black people to stop cooning, stop being self-haters, stop worshiping the cave, stop seeking cave validation? You're not getting no key to no fucking city. You're not going to get no day in your honor. Nowhere. You're not getting that. Nowhere. You're not getting that. And we don't even honor those people amongst us. We don't even do that. Malcolm would be shaking his fucking head. He'd have been in his late 90s had he lived to now. He'd have been in his late 90s. Even at 98, I think I've been 98 years old, he would still be shaking his head at black folk. And the stuff that we're so okay with so much bullshit out here. These white audiences, your white friends. And I'm gonna tell y'all too, stop emailing me about your white friends. Stop it. Stop it. I don't care. At all. And I'm honestly surprised that some of you will take the time to hear what I'm saying and then believe that you're gonna message me about some cave that you're friends with, and that's going to motivate me to change what I'm saying. You messaging me proves what I'm saying. It proves it. Because when I ask these people, what's the friendship based on? What is it built on? Do y'all fight against racism together? No. Is that, y'all, do y'all fight against systematic racism together? No, that ain't what y'all do? Oh, okay, so how the fuck, what is the friendship based on, built on? Y'all not fighting against racism together. So what is it? Because they can tolerate eating a meal with you? Because they can come to your house and watch fucking Netflix with you? That's all it takes? They don't have to stand and fight against the system that's oppressing you and your damn people? Your friendship ain't even built on anything. Get the fuck out of here. Don't message me that, Bob. I'm not changing what I got to say because y'all got some white friends. I'm not doing it. So just stop doing that to me. Stop doing that. Stop it. Because I really don't give a fuck about your white friends. At all. I promise you, if I sit in front of them, I will expose them as a racist within minutes. Within minutes. I'll expose them as a racist. Now, that's not going to stop you from befriending them, I'm sure. Especially when you find those groups of where it's, one black person and, all their friends white. So, it's the one black person and then they got the 4 or 5 white friends. No. I'll expose each and every one of them in minutes. It would take me nothing. I don't care nothing about your white friends. That does not mean my message is going to change, that black people need to stop worshiping these people. Stop allowing them to be the moral authority over us. Tell us what's right, tell us what's wrong, and then we'll impose the same rules on each other. No, I don't give a fuck how good your white friend is to you. That don't mean shit to me. That don't mean shit to me. At all. So, yeah. It is what it is. Stop messaging me about your white friends and your white girlfriends or your white boyfriends and husbands. And like, you're wasting sentences on me because I don't give a fuck. Okay? You don't have no fucking friends, man. Another great black man said that. You don't got no friends. You got people that you believe are your friends because They can tolerate. They'll tolerate you. They'll be seen with you in public. You can call them if you're having a long day. This is what y'all build y'all friendships off of. They was there for you when you got divorced. You could talk to them. Okay. They loaned you some money one time. Okay. All right. Cool. And they can be your friend. But vouching for their racism. There's no way that they're racist if they're friends with you. But you don't even act, you don't act nothing like, you don't act, I won't say you don't act black, because that's a bad take. What I'll say is that you're not pro-black. You're not calling them out on their fuckery. Of course they can be friends with you. Them being friends with you proves nothing. You ain't about shit. You're not about anything at all. You are a conformist. You are a sheep. So of course they can be friends with you. Easy. Let one of them motherfuckers stand next to me and get, I mean, and I'm going to go in on these caves all the time. I'm going to go in about them. They can stand next to you. You won't say nothing no way. I mean, it ain't no challenge to be your friend. Like, you spend all your time smiling and bucking your eyes at them. Of course they can be your friend. That don't impress me. A white person can be friends with a coon. Oh, really? You don't say. When I done told you that's a prerequisite for you to be their friend. That's a prerequisite for you to be their friend. They don't consider you a friend unless you a coon. On some level. On some level, you are a coon. That's why they can be your friend. Like, what the fuck? That's why they can marry you. Yeah. That don't impress me at all. Look at who you are. That's why they can be your friend. Stop messaging me. Malcolm would be shaking his fucking head. You easy. It's easy to be your friend. Like, your black skin don't make us the same. It don't make us the same, not mentally. We not the same. Yeah, you can be their friend. You'll laugh at their little racist jokes. They'll be sliding. There'll be black folk that have their so-called white friends. They'll tell me some of the things they sound like, damn, they was being racist as fuck towards you. They was being racist? I'm like, did you listen to what the fuck they said to you? When they tell you you one of the good ones, that's not a compliment. With your coon ass. You don't act like them, that's not a compliment. The them becomes every other black person in the country, on earth. Like, what's wrong with you? Most of these people that be friends with white folk don't even recognize when the caves could be being blatantly racist right there in their motherfucking face, and they won't even, like, they would never. That's not. I'm like, man, they was being racist as fuck right there. You didn't notice it? That's why you can be their friend. That's why they can be your friend. That's how it happens. That's what y'all's friendship is built on. Yeah. Because they may be against the KKK. They may be against the KKK. Possibly. This is what the caves will do. They may be against the KKK, but systemic racism that permeates from redlining to being denied bank loans, they'll look at all that as black folk making excuses. And they need to work harder. Good chance most black people that are friends with these caves, they have the same mentality towards black people. That's what they bonded on. When they talk about black people, they talk about black people like that's an outside entity outside of the black person that's sitting right there, or the black person themselves. You know you'll have those secure the bag, pull yourself up by your bootstrap ass niggas. It's those ones that can be friends with the caves. That's what y'all bonded on. No, you ain't like those black people. You a hard worker. You know? You're a hard worker. And, you know, it's like, you don't even recognize they insert whole fucking people. And you can be their friend because you allow that. That's how they do it. That's how they able to be your friend, my nigga. There's even been some black folk that say, well, Yeah, I let my white friends say the N-word and all this little stuff. You know, I let them say nigga around me. Okay. Well, if you have to look any further as to trying to figure out why they're your friend, it's because they found him a coon. That's all. They found him a coon. You're not gonna say nothing. You're gonna position yourself against black people at all times. Like you're light work to be their white friend. I mean, or their black friend. You light. That's why when motherfucker, I done had Caves tell me, man, all my friends black. Show me. Show me. Who are they? Show me their social media pages. I can tell you why. I can tell white people why they be friends certain black. I can tell them right in their face and they be stuck. I know exactly what type of black friend you got right now. I know what kind you got. Easy. But show me. Take me to their pages. What type posts do they put up? Go to these niggas' pages, pictures of them hugging dogs and, you know, pictures of their food and shit. Talking about how, you know, black people need to stop resisting and this is why. And if we do that, then you'll stop being killed. I noticed that black folk ain't scared to put that type of shit up on their Facebook or Instagram or social media. They ain't scared about losing their job when they are agreeing to the bullshit. When they are siding with the system, Malcolm would be shaking his motherfucking head. Y'all, I noticed that black folk ain't scared to lose their job when they're in agreement with the bullshit. See? It held me back a little bit. Y'all let me know if you can hear me and see me again. And I'm gonna go right back into it real quick. Let me know if I'm back. Let me know if I'm back real quick. Okay, we back. All right. So what they can do is, black people don't really have a fear of losing a job when it comes to agreeing with the system. They will argue that, you know, a black man or woman, if they were resisting, or they'll say things like, we need to stop resisting. They'll talk about black people as to, well, it's our fault that these racist things be taking place. We'll talk about each other like that. We're not scared to lose our job over that type of rhetoric. No, I noticed that about black folk, especially the ones, these so-called white friends. Ones be taking pictures of their dogs and cats and all this little bullshit. Those type black folk, non-confrontational, you know, no problem, no issue. That's why them caves can be your friend. That doesn't make them not racist. That doesn't mean that. That means that you are a self-hating coon. You don't require them to do anything. You side with them in their anti-black talking points, and it just is what it is. Y'all can go out to eat, or, you know, you can do all that. But don't come to me defending them based on the fact that they can hang out with you. Because look at you. You know, that's how I be feeling about these niggas. Like, I mean, look at you, though. Yeah, they can hang out with you. Yeah, of course they can. You met their family? Yeah, I bet they liked you too, didn't they? That didn't make you feel like... Generally speaking, the caves aren't friendly with black people like these kind. No. They're gonna respect you, but they're not taking you to meet their parents. They're not bringing you around their kids. Like, no. That should let you know. Now, of course, if you're a coon, this type of acceptance means something to you. So you're going to look at it as a badge of honor. You're going to carry it. It's going to be a part of your confidence. Again, Brother Malcolm would be like, have I taught you nothing? Have you learned nothing? If y'all find y'all a cave friend and you know that you are not the type of black person that's confrontational or that speak up against racism, just shut the fuck up. Just stop talking to me. At least stop talking to me. Talk to somebody else. Because I know who you are. You one of them ones that let them say nigga around you. You one of them ones that like them because they dance a couple dances with you. You one of them ones that like them because they may spit some rap bars out of a song with you. You know, you one of them. You easily impressed by them mimicking you. You one of them. And that's okay. Or you might be one of them black folk. I done seen some would-be so-called hood niggas, and they'll have like a hood white friend. Y'all done seen some of these motherfuckers. Them white folk that grew up hood adjacent. Cause I've known some white folk that grew up in the hood. Like, when I was younger coming up, they was right there in there too. Right there in there. Right there in there too. That does not mean that they understand racism any more than a lot of the coons that live in the hood themselves. There are certain dress patterns, certain speech patterns, certain ways that they may articulate themselves, but that don't mean them coons in the hood know shit about no damn racism for real. Only thing a lot of them coons in the hood only understand fuck the police. That's it. When we're talking about blackness, when we're talking about coon shit, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I came up in the hood, that did not make me understand racism. What I understood was fuck the police. That's all. That's all I got. There's no actual education on systemic racism in the hood. Therefore, just because a white person may have grew up in the hood, grew up around black people, that does not mean they understand racism. That means that a lot of their mannerisms is going to be that similar to those black people who grew up in that same area. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I done seen some smooth, white boys that go get, haircuts at the black barbershop. I done seen some of them. Listen to, they'll fuck around, have a system in their whip, rims on their shit, gold teeth. I done seen them. That don't mean they know shit about systemic racism. That don't mean they gonna stand up against it or anything. What they'll tell other white folk is, man, I grew up around black people. That's what that'll be their defense as to how they can't be a racist. That's like a black person saying, well, I can't be a coon because I grew up around black people. No. Look, it may work with somebody else, it don't work with me. But a lot of them will defend themselves by saying, oh, I grew up around black folk. I got black friends and shit like that. And it may be hood. It may be some hood niggas. Maybe some hood niggas. That don't mean they understand anything about racism. I mean, they gonna act similar. You're gonna see a white person so-called talking black. And I know I hate y'all say that, but y'all understand what I'm saying here. That's all it's gonna be. A cave with some grills in his mouth, with some rims, with a fade. I went to the barbershop and got him a boosie fade. Wear do-rags and shit for no reason. Like, I don't see them, and I understand their situation. Like, that's what they grew up around. A lot of them gonna like black women and the white boys, and a lot of the white bitches that grew up in the area fuck around like black men or whatever. They grew up in that area. I get that. They maybe really do got them some so-called black friends. I get that, but that don't mean they know shit about no damn racism. It don't mean anything at all. At all, in any type of way whatsoever. So you don't get to blame me, because I done had a couple hood niggas, they'll vouch for their white, their white counterpart in their hood, they'll let the white boy say nigga and shit, like, it's like, and I got to a point where that wasn't acceptable to me. I wasn't always there, because I used to be a coon too. I grew up around black people, grew up in the hood. That didn't make me understand racism at all. That's the worst place that you're going to learn about some damn racism. All you're going to get is fuck the police. I promise you. That's why black folks are fucked up all over the goddamn nation. That's about as much you're going to get about racism, even if you grow up around black people, because that's not the flex that we think it is. Again, Malcolm X will be shaking his head. It's not a flex to grow up around black people. That don't teach you anything about racism by growing up around black people. It should. It does not. Fuck the police. That's it. That's it. That's what you're getting from them. That's the lesson. That's the beginning and end of the discussion and the empowerment to stand against this systemic racism. Fuck the police. That's what you're going to get. That's all they got to give you. So even growing up around black people, because our culture, again, what I tell y'all, because our culture isn't built on this, being around black people does not make you, that don't mean you're going to have no black pride automatically based on the mindset of the people that you grew up around. that doesn't mean anything. I wish it did. That requires black culture being built on this, not black culture being paired with or being synonymous with hood shit. That's not the same thing. And I can't, black people don't want to understand. We come from all, whether you grow up in the hood, whether you grow up in the suburbs, or wherever you grew up, whether you lower middle class, hood, or whatever you are, there should still be something that glues us together, and it should be this. So regardless of where you come up, you learn about the system in which you live in, regardless of the position that you may start out in that system. Period. Growing up around black people don't do anything for our black conscious mind. It doesn't do anything. Now, is it healthier for a black person? Absolutely. But for our black conscious mind, no. It doesn't do anything for our black consciousness. Does it? You can go to you grow up in these school systems and things like that. You would, my school mostly black. That didn't do anything for my black consciousness at all. That's a sad, harsh reality. Even after all these years after Malcolm X was assassinated by the NOI and the government, I'm gonna make sure we say it every time. He didn't just die. Assassinated by the NOI and the American 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated government. Okay? After all this time, growing up around black folk doesn't do anything for black consciousness. That's not my fault. I don't want it to be that way. You know, I grew up around my people. It didn't do anything. Now I understood the hood rules. You gonna learn. There are certain things that you're gonna learn being in the hood or being in around or in lower income areas with other black people. You're gonna learn certain things. You're gonna develop a tough skin, or some people develop a hate for their own people. That you can also develop that. I wish it meant something. That's how I know when y'all talk about black culture. This is why I say the importance is that it's built on this. Because even being around black people, that does not lift black consciousness in any way at all. That's why a cave can come in there, put the grills in, use the slang, sag the pants, wear the hat backwards, get them some tats, hang out with black people, and it's just that. It's an outfit. It's attire. It's not culture. I'm sorry. And black people do not fuck with me about this, but it's not culture. That's an outfit. Culture gotta be built on something. White culture built on something. We know they steal every goddamn thing, so they don't really have that type of culture, but their culture is built on anti-blackness. Brother Malcolm was telling you this. He was trying to tell you this. He was telling you, it don't matter who you vote for. They both anti-black. He was trying to tell you that this entire society, the culture in itself is anti-black. He was trying to tell you then. He used his own methods. Great speaker. He used his own methods, but he was trying to tell you the same thing. And black folk didn't want to hear it then. Don't want to hear it now. Now, I have added nuance, of course, to what I say. And, you know, these are the things that I speak on. I speak on this shit. But understand that doesn't mean anything. I wish it did. And I think, how we understand blackness is just so, it's problematic. How we've defined blackness is problematic because it's caricature. It's how we talk. This is what we talked about last night. Remember when we had the sister call up, and I want to, damn, her name started with an A. I forgot the sister's name. But the sister called in, she said, well, black folk tell me I talk white. Remember? And I've said that to people before, but I wasn't thinking. See, the thing about, you know, my journey, my walk, even in the earlier walks, I was like, motherfuckers talking white. When understandably, I'm talking white right now because I'm using English. That's talking white, if we're going to do that. That's talking white. Talking black is paired with being either not well spoken, not enunciating your words properly, using slang. It's all English. Black people just have their own diction about things, and we have certain ways that we speak about things. And I get that. I don't have an issue with that. The tone of black people's voices. I know what people mean when they're saying talk white, but it's a wrong statement to use. It's a wrong statement to use because we all talking white. You think us, even though we've taken a language and twisted it and flipped it and used it to our advantage at times, it's still white. It's still theirs. Us taking nigger and making it nigga, and now I can say, what's up, my nigga? And that's my brother. It's still talking white. All of it is. It's English. Whether you're a master at it or you're not a master at it. You could be a master at the English language. You could not be a master at the English language. That's still talking white, though, if we're going to do that. You see what I'm saying? But because our culture, because I've even heard people tell a white person that they talking black. Oh, you trying to talk black? And it'll be when they're not being articulate at all. When they're talking dumb nigga shit. Oh, they trying to act black? It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Wait a second. That's not black. That's ignorant. That's what that is. A lot of times when they be talking crazy, them motherfuckers will say, oh, them white people trying to act black. Well, then what is black? What are we saying black is? We know we're not saying it's this. That's what I'm talking about. The reason that the lines are blurred so much because we have not carved out a black culture. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Malcolm would be shaking his head. Don't nobody want to listen. I'm telling y'all, I'm laying this shit down. I come in here and I lay this shit down for y'all. I make it plain for you every time I come in here. This is why the blinds are, this is why you will see a white person talking, using Ebonic slang and things like that. And motherfuckers say they trying to act black. And black folk will get mad. But they trying to act black. The only way that somebody should be acting black is if the white person got their motherfucking fist up saying, fuck oppression, fuck white supremacy, fuck this system. It's been oppressing black people too long. That should be the only way. Hold on, am I back? Y'all let me know if I'm back right. It did a little something right there. Let me know if I'm back and y'all can hear me clearly. Real quick. Because those is bars right there. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me. I know my shit went out for a second. Okay. It's doing this bullshit. Okay. It's buffering. Okay. I'll wait. Y'all let me know when Hold on. And I'm going to tell you what's so crazy about it going in and out right now. I'm showing I got full bars. I got full bars right now. So if it's going in and out now, I believe they may be trying to hold me back. Because I stumbled upon some real, y'all just witnessed, we did this shit together. I stumbled upon some real shit right there. Why is it not that white people acting black if they acting like this? Because we know this ain't black. How is that? How have we allowed that? How the fuck did we allow this shit to happen? I done stumbled on some heat. I may fuck around and go back in about this when I'm sitting at the crib and I got some time to really sit down and talk about this because I'm gonna give it some more thought. Cause that's bar. Like the only way it should be any confusion on somebody acting black should be this. That should be it. Them motherfuckers out here quoting Malcolm and they trying to act black. And I ain't want to say is because I don't trust a lot of these motherfuckers, but that's not when people say somebody acting black. It'll be based on music choice, dance, slang, clothing, haircuts, things like that. Ain't got shit to do with this. That's how I know black culture ain't built on this. This how I know. There's you some proof. Some real life, plain truth. So we'll say somebody that's a cave is acting black if they on some bullshit or rapping some hip hop song. They trying to act black. We act like we mad about it a little bit. They culture vultures and this little stupid ass shit. I don't even think y'all should use the term culture vultures, because vultures only eat dead. What you're saying about your culture, which I guess you could say that, because y'all, you haven't even developed one, but to call somebody a vulture, that means that they come to eat the carcass. It means they eating the carcass. Your shit dead. Calling them bitches culture vultures, that means your shit is dead. Just saying. But I know it's some caves that grew up in the hood that act hood. What's up, bro? I mean, it's funny as hell to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be funny to me, but they act like that and they ain't necessarily trying to be no culture vulture. They're not trying to be none of that shit. They just, that's where they grew up. That's how they act. That's how they talk. It is what it is. Old Paul Wall ass cave. You know what I'm saying? Who remember Paul Wall? That may be a poor example. Some of y'all too young to even know about Paul Wall and them. Some of these motherfuckers. Some of them motherfuckers grew up right there. Now some of these bitches do wake up and overnight, from Monday to goddamn Tuesday, they'll fuck around and change. I think some of y'all will accuse somebody like Miley Cyrus of doing some shit like that. But you will know by the time, I'm gonna tell you how you check these motherfuckers. I done seen this happen in my face. I'm gonna show you something real quick. You will know if they true to this shit and they really grew up in that culture. But some of these motherfuckers get in front of them cops and they go full to all the way back to white again. They can change right there in your damn face. Full back to white and everything that's white and everything about they culture and all this whole shit. It's like, wait a minute. I know hood niggas. Hood niggas, a lot of them don't even have a proper voice to try to, they don't even have the correction. They can't go in and out. They don't have that. Y'all call it, what y'all call that shit? Code switching. I know some of my niggas that I done had, they don't got no code switch. Ain't no, well, I'ma sound smart right now for this moment, and I'ma sound hood, like they don't got nothing else. And y'all talk shit about these brothers and sisters too. They don't got nothing else. So this is all they got, okay? This is all they got, ain't no switching. I done see some of these caves though. These caves, I swear they be hard as fuck. By the time them cops come, they done pull the earrings out, reels out, hat off, like, it's like, what the fuck, what happened? Oh, you gonna use your whiteness now, huh? It's a good play, I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. But I know my people, I know some of my people don't have no switch up. It don't exist. Ain't nothing to switch. It just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to switch. Period. But I've seen them do that. But that's how you know, man, like, I'm staying on that shit. Y'all gonna get tired of me telling y'all. Y'all gonna get tired of me telling y'all that the culture has to be built on this, and until it is, the culture don't even exist. All you got is shit that niggas do. And when you got shit that niggas do, that means visually, other people, other races can do it, and you'll say they acting black. Yeah. Yep. We gonna have these conversations over here. This is where we at. This is where we at with it. Anybody that's celebrating Malcolm X Day today, mad love to you. If you posted about Brother Malcolm, because I've even seen, I had brothers telling me, man, like, I don't even want to post that on I don't even want to post a picture of him on my social media. It's so sad. It's so very sad. They don't even want to post a picture of him on their social media. Don't even want to do it. So then that makes me have to show my respect to the black people who can, who will, who not afraid. Like, what is that to be scared of? Look at us. Look at how we are. What is that to be afraid of? A picture of Brother Malcolm on your page. You may say RIP. I refuse to say RIP to Brother Malcolm, considering how he was murdered, assassinated by not only the American government, but the NOI in front of his children I'm not doing RIP to that brother. I don't believe that. Ain't no resting in peace in that situation at all. So I don't RIP him. I'm his rage. I'm his anger. That's how I honor my ancestors. I'm their rage. I'm their anger. That's how I do it. Now, I'm not saying that anybody else has to do it like that. And I'm not saying I stay in rage mode all the time, but y'all know sometimes once I get I might fuck around and go there. I'm their rage. That's who I can be. If need be, I can be their rage. That's how I honor my ancestors. Because they were mad about the state of black people and the state of our mindsets. They was mad, acting like they was running around out here smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, laughing about the shit. No, they were really upset, passionate about what they were talking about. Give their lives to it, even assassinated by it, falsely imprisoned over it. I'm their rage. Died in prison. Murdered by this fucking government. I'm their rage. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck nothing about the caves and how they feel about this. And I understand everybody might not be here yet, but you can get here. I was a coon too. Wouldn't say anything. Ignoring the shit. All I had was fuck the police. That was what my entire black identity was built on. That was it. The cops hate us. That was all I had. You can change. You can change that shit whenever you get ready. Y'all know I'm gonna do a little altar call. Y'all know how it is. If you ready to stop cooning, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. I know what it's like to lower your voice in front of them caves. Try to talk as proper as you can in front of them caves so they don't look at you like you know ignorant nigga. I know what that is. I know what it's like to be afraid to tell the truth about race and racism in this country. I know what that is. And I know you can change it too. I know you can. I've seen people do it. If you want to know how to do it, this is the place you need to be. I'm just telling you. Respect to you. If you took time out to honor Malcolm X, if you haven't done it yet, do it now. It ain't too late. They ain't over yet. Do it now. Do it now. Ain't nothing, I mean, a picture, you can't do that. Respect to what he spent this time doing. Assassinated because of how powerful he was. That's why the NOI and the government was able to get into cahoots, because of how powerful that brother was. Malcolm would be shaking his head. I'm his SMH. I'm his rage. And I'm that for all of our ancestors. For all the ones that align with you know, the mindset I have. Now the coons that pass, you know, I don't align with them, you know. But the ones that's in my wheelhouse, the ones that I can fuck with, I'm their rage. I'm their SMH. That's me. That's who I am. So, you know, and I'd be damned if I'm going to exist in this society with this technology and be afraid when they were standing right there in the streets with dogs barking in their face. Right there. Right there. Having the government call them and threaten them. Y'all talking about you might lose your job. We're talking about brothers and sisters that will have the government call them and send people to talk to them, send people to threaten them, send people to threaten their families, and they still didn't stop. You telling me you scared to post? Nah, I don't accept that. I just don't. I don't care what excuse you give. I don't accept it. Call me whatever you want. I don't accept that shit. Okay? My respect and honor goes to Brother Malcolm on this day, and really on really all the time. This is not just today. Y'all know we do this shit. My respect and honor goes to him, but also to the black people who aren't afraid. To the black people who are not afraid. I'm going to respect and honor you. Because it's that spirit that's going to take us to the next level. Without it, it's just, I'm telling y'all, we're not going nowhere. We're not going anywhere at all. This government helped assassinate this brother in front of his children. And y'all forgave him. You see? Y'all act like that. Y'all forgive. They can murder, even if you are somebody who fuck with MLK. Government still did it. Fred Hampton, government still did it. Black Panther Party, COINTELPRO, what all they did. Y'all done forgave them. That's what y'all did. A lot of black folk done forgave. Or they don't even have the knowledge itself. It's not even exciting or salacious enough to even go get the knowledge itself. We don't even got that. And we're not interested. You know why? Because we're falling into being cowards just like we are. Get it from you. They get it from us. The same excuses you have to be a coward all day long, every day. Won't put your fist up. That's too controversial. You can't even do that. You can't do anything. Well, you passing it down to your children. This coon shit y'all passing down, this cowardice y'all passing down is not a generational curse that anybody is interested in breaking or lifting or changing. All you niggas want to do is secure bags, get money, and be black capitalists like that's going to stop racism. That's what y'all believe. Malcolm knew that was a lie. Several of our greats knew that was a lie. Hell, the Black Panther Party full-blown capitalism, they knew what capitalism was. They knew what capitalism required. Therefore, you're not going to get liberation through no damn capitalism. You can secure your bags. You can get money to pay your bills. But liberation, stop it. Pay your car notes. Liberation, though, stop it. And stop lying. And I don't even see how y'all listen to people that tell y'all these lies. They're lying to you. They're lying. Or they want you to take one of their classes and courses, you know. Like they want you to take one of their classes, a bad class or some shit like that. Like, these niggas. Malcolm would be shaking his head. Full blown. Full fucking blown he would be. Okay? Understand that. Understand it. And I'm going to keep pushing my message. I know people may not agree. That's okay. But I'm going to keep going. I mean, I got to. I don't know. I don't know no other way. I'm going to keep going. It is what it is. And people can get tired. They can want me to shut the fuck up or stop talking about that shit. I don't even give a fuck. I don't give no fucks. I know what our culture has to be built on. It has to be before it can be even, you know, I'll say before it can even be deemed a culture. It got to be built on this. If not, then anybody can do it. These are facts, okay? Now, y'all, I'm about to get the fuck off here. I told y'all I would come and give y'all a quick word. I'm about to get off here. I appreciate y'all for coming in here doing this for me. Y'all put some B123s in the chat to show your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, honor Brother Malcolm, honor our ancestors, period. Stop acting like they didn't do what they did. Stop that shit. Stop it. Stop it. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful as fuck, and I'm not gonna allow it, okay? Mad love to y'all. Shout out Team Rob, y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. I'm out.